What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 70, and we start today's episode off with a game in the Premier League here against the newly promoted side, Wolves. Yes, Sir Kenny Jackett has got Wolves back in the Premier League, and of course last season we saw Aston Villa get relegated. They're our division rivals, and I said during one of the last episodes of the season we wouldn't have any more rivalries, at least not in the Premier League, but I didn't count on Wolves getting promoted. And for those who don't know, Wolves versus West Brom is what is known as a Black Country derby. So yes, another derby, another rivalry in the Premier League, which is just fantastic because I love the rivalry side of Career Mode. I really do. It's always fun to play against your rivals once or twice a year, and so Wolves getting promoted is awesome. You know, not just because the fact Kenny Jackett is just amazing at what he does, but because we have another rivalry to compete in the Premier League. It's awesome, it really is. And we take on Wolves in the Black Country derby, and of course this game comes on the back of the Thursday night win against FC Zurich away in Switzerland. But our last league game, our last Premier League game, was our first loss of the season, where we got beat by Spurs away at White Hart Lane. So, you know, confidence here at the Hawthorns was, you know, still up there because we've had such an amazing start to the season. We've won every single game but that Spurs game, so it's been a great start. But of course, losing our last league game and then coming into this game, we were a little bit nervy, but the nerves were settled just 10 minutes in. Andre Carrillo gets his first goal in a West Bromwich Albion shirt. The former Sporting man gets two bites of the cherry. His first shot is saved, but he turns in a rebound and makes it 1-0. So perfect start here, and it is indeed West Brom 1, Wolves 0. And just a few minutes later, we crossfield the ball with Walker to his fullback teammate Rodriguez. Jordan Henderson then gets on the ball for us here, and we're looking for a runner. We find one in Kevin Savanier, who I've given new boots to. He finds Niang, and Niang gets tripped. Savanier wins it back, plays a quick ball into Brown Ade. Ade fakes shots around his man and shoots and scores. And it's another really nice goal. The first goal was a nice build-up, and this goal was a nice build-up as well. Brown Ade scores and makes it West Bromwich Albion 2, Wolves 0, as he celebrates with Kevin Savanier with those new boots and a bit new of appearance there. Yeah, really good finish by Brown today, and it is already 2-0 to West Brom. And Wolves just did not get going in this game, they really didn't. And Bai Niang should have made it 3-0 here, as I put Danny Bath on the floor, but messed up with the finish and put it wide. So still 2-0, that should have been 3, but in the 32nd minute, Wolves came through themselves here with James Henry, the former Millwall man, crossing the ball in, and the header was met in the centre by the guy whose name I'm never going to be able to pronounce, but he heads it past Ben Foster and puts Wolves back in the game. So really nice ball inside and a very good header as well, and the away side do indeed get themselves back in the game here just past the half an hour mark at the Hawthorns. And from kick-off here, we ran through with Bai Niang straight away. Quick little roulette to beat McDonald, then a quick heel-to-heel flick past Bath, then a fake shot with through onside, and somehow I completely messed up the finish and put it wide. So for the second time I messed up a great chance with Niang, and it is still 2-1. And in the 49th minute, would we pay for missing all those chances? Well, unfortunately we do, because it's the same result. It is that man in the centre who heads it past Ben Foster to make it 2-2. Henry again claiming the assist. This wasn't a cross, this was a shot which was blocked, went up in the air, and it was a simple finish for, let me try and pronounce that name, is it Veldvik? How's that? But he headed it past Ben Foster, and he just got caught in no man's land by goalkeeper there. I didn't call him to come out, I wasn't holding triangle. He runs out and he just stops, and it's like, you know, as a goalkeeper, one of the things I was taught was that you can never hesitate. If you come for the ball, you got to meet it, and he didn't do that there, and it was 2-2. So Wolves fight back from 2-0 down to level it, but we would indeed retake the lead with 20 minutes on the clock, and it was Brown today getting his second of the game, heading the ball past the goalkeeper there. What a lovely cross by Kevin Savanier as well. Brilliant ball in by a left midfielder, and a fantastic header by Brown today. He gets his 8th goal of the season, and yeah, it does look indeed that he's going to have another great season for us, barring a season-long injury again. But still, West Brom 3, Wolves 2, but Wolves tried to come through here and grab themselves an equalising goal. We just couldn't get the ball away, and it was Stearman who hit the bar with 10 minutes to go, propping up in the area and almost getting Wolves back on level terms, and we just couldn't get the ball away in this game. They kept on putting the pressure on, but as that shot went over, it did relieve a bit of pressure. But 5 minutes later, they come through again here. Jacobs on the ball for Wolves. He goes down the left-hand side, really good chance, crosses the ball in. Stearman goes for it again, and again wins the header, but thankfully for us, he puts the ball wide, and it goes out for a goal kick. And it was indeed how the game would finish. So, West Bromwich Albion 3, Wolves 2. We prevail in the first Black Country derby of the series. Very, very pleased with it. And we made hard work of it. You know, I think that's the best way of explaining it. On offense, yeah, we were so strong, man. Seriously, we should have scored more goals, really. My finishing was very poor indeed. I'll take the blame for that. But defensively, again, it's the same problems. You know, we mentioned it in the last episode. It's the same problems of just not being able to defend. And it's mostly my fault, you know, it really is, but it's so frustrating because I just never feel like the defenders are in the right positions, and when they are, it's usually my fault because I'm dragging them out. But even so, I have to take the blame for the most part. But at the end of the day, we got the win, and we continue this very, very strong start to the season. We've won every single game but one. But still, we had a couple of international friendlies next with the United States of America, and we lost the first one to New Zealand. How about that? Hell, we did redeem ourselves with a win over the lowest ranked nation in the game against India here. We won it by 2-0. So glad we bounced back there, which we should have done really, but we should never have lost to New Zealand anyway. No disrespect to anyone from that country, but still, we had a scout report after that as well. We saw one player which looked quite good, Fabio Madeira, the Brazilian goalkeeper who we signed and put in our academy after I adjusted the budget. But other than that, the player's currently looking a bit average at best, and scouting is nowhere near as good as it used to be back in the good old days of FIFA 13. Anyone that was a really, really, really long-term sub of mine, and thank you for staying and putting up with me for all these years. Anyone who watched my FIFA 13 career mode would know we had so many amazing scouted players that we never even got to use in the end because we never stayed up at one club for long enough. But even so, nowadays I'm lucky if I can get 1 or 2 through the academy, let alone 8 or 9. But anyway, for the second game of today's episode and the final one, we take on Chelsea here away at Stamford Bridge, and this is a top of the table clash. So 2 big games here in this episode of career mode here. We take on Chelsea. They are top of the table with 19 points after 7 games. We are in second with 18 points after 7 games. What a tight clash. And who would have thought, you know, it's only 7 games in, but even so, who would have thought that this would be a first versus second clash here at Stamford Bridge. But we do take on Chelsea. They had a very strong lineup out there, as you would expect. Very strong bench as well, in case they needed any of those world-class players such as Cesc Fabregas. But still, very strong side Chelsea had. But with the way we've been playing of late, with how well we've been doing, and as I mentioned a minute ago, only 1 loss so far, and every other game has been a win, I fancy my chances. And in the 2 times we came to Stamford Bridge, we have won. We won in the first season by 1-0, and we drew last season 1-1 after conceding a last-minute goal. I fancy my chances, and I didn't go park the bus or ultra defensive as I usually do. I really went out in this game and looked to score goals, because why the hell not? We've been scoring goals left, right and centre. But Chelsea had the first chance, their header hit the post, and from that we broke, and as Savanier released Rodriguez, what a storming run from our left back, beats Kurt Zouma for pace, but unfortunately he couldn't get the finish right at the near post, and Czech makes a simple save. So still 0-0, but as you can see, we were going on the counter a lot, and we were throwing bodies forward at will. We wanted to score some goals, and after a really nice build up here, Savanier finds Brown a day. He takes on Gary Cahill, and after beating him with a step over, he cuts inside and shoots. Czech saves it. He then saves the rebound shot as well, but sometimes in the game you need a bit of luck, and we got it there, because as Brown a day's first shot was saved by Czech, the goalkeeper got up quickly to make the second save from the rebound shot, but it hit off Gary Cahill, and Cahill ends up bundling the ball into his own net, and it makes it Chelsea 0, West Bromwich Albion 1. So we take the lead for an own goal through Cahill, and again, sometimes you need luck, and we got it there. Diego Costa hit the bar on a stroke of half time from this cross. The header, which he won, hit the bar and went out for a goal kick, so still 1-0, but really we were deciding the ascendancy, and directly from kickoff here, we come forward and get the ball out wide with Brown a day. We pick up Savanier. What a first touch of Peter Ivanovic, and how about this for a cross? Brilliant ball, picks out the man in the centre, and it's Yusuf Malumbu, our central midfielder, who gets on the end of the drill cross inside and turns it in to make it Chelsea 0, West Bromwich Albion 2, and it's another assist for Savanier as well. What a start to the season he's having, and a brilliant ball across the face of goal, picked out Yusuf Malumbu, popping up in the box and putting it past Petr Cech to make it Chelsea 0, West Brom 2. And aside from London, they'd had a couple of chances, but really they just could not contain. Our threat going forward is unbelievable. Seriously, we are so good on the counter and just so good at spreading the ball out wide and then cutting back inside. Really good finish there by Malumbu to make it 2-0. Ramirez then went close in the 52nd minute, his header going wide and out for a goal kick. And 20 minutes later, Chelsea would get themselves back in the game as Andre Schürrle's corner is met with a bicycle kick by Fabregas. The shot is saved by Foster, but it comes back to him and he half volleys it into the bottom corner to make it Chelsea 1, West Brom 2. So the Spaniard off the bench does make it 2-1 and put Chelsea back in the game, but it would indeed finish at 2-1 because, as you'll see, that was to be the last piece of action of the game, and we held on for a massive 3 points. And the fantastic start to the season continues. We prevail with 2 big wins here, but in total we've won every single game but one. What an incredible start. We are just playing so well right now, and it's great to see. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.